Hi, family, friends and followers. Right, so today is the 24th of April, and that means I've been away from the camera a little while. I know that, but I'm now back here. I will explain my absence to you guys in a moment. But continuing on from where we left off last time, I was cycling from Columbus to Indianapolis. Those couple of days of riding were fantastic. They were really, really beautiful. I had lovely weather conditions. The wind was on my back and it was really flat, so I was averaging about 15 to 17 miles an hour. So it was really, really good riding. Some of my best yet in America. So when I got into Indianapolis, I passed this bike shop called Indy Cycling Specialist on the east side of town, and I didn't realise that. I realised that I needed to get a new kickstand because my last one had broken. So I swung my bike around and went in there, and there's a huge big store, like huge, very comprehensive for all types of cyclists. And yeah, I knew they were going to be able to help me out. I spoke to one of their staff, and they were really helpful. And yeah, they not only did they give me the product I wanted, they actually put it on for me as well, which was a really nice touch. Not only that as well, but they also tuned up my bike, which is a huge deal for me because those small differences go a long way when you're cycling so far, and I rarely have time to maintain my bike as well as they can do it in the shop. So that was really, really appreciated. So Scott and Doreen and the rest of the team, thank you very much. Yes. Also, when I was in the cycling shop, I bumped into another guy called Warren, who is cycling coast to coast of America. It's pretty funny that. He's not actually that far from where I live as well, back in the UK. He's about 20 miles away. Not only that, he is also, in fact, cycling the same route as me up to Kansas, which, is pretty funny. He arrived in the US a week later than me. He's doing it on a shorter schedule, which meant we couldn't ride together, unfortunately. I was stopping off in Indy to do some sightseeing, and he was just passing through. And he was also doing a lot more wild camping as well, which was really eager to hear about. That gives you a very different dynamic, as you can see, I'm in a motel now, and I've been doing a lot of couch surfing. So the experience you get from having the hospitality arrangements and it's very different. So I'm really looking forward to catching up with him back in the UK and hearing about his experience. So after that, I went into Indianapolis. It was quite late, so my host came to pick me up and take me to his house in the suburbs of Indy, which was really nice. He has a beautiful house, and it was a fantastic house. I spent 4 nights there, so I could get to have a little bit of rest, do a bit more map planning, and also do a bit of sightseeing. And yeah, it was just nice to have a little bit of time off to not have to be stopping and starting all the time. So we went around the Indianapolis Speedway, which was fantastic. I absolutely loved that. That was a great venue. For those of you who don't know much about motorsports, it's one of the most significant in the world, where they host the Indy 500, which is an endurance race. It's got a capacity of 300,000 permanent seats. It is unbelievable. I think Wembley in the UK is the biggest, and that holds about 115,000 permanent seats. So it's at least 3 times as big as that. Well, almost 3 times as big as that. That was really interesting. So we went around a brewery as well, which made some really nice beers. That was really interesting to hear about that because I'm a bit of a beer man myself. And then we also went I went around town. He showed me all downtown and explained the history about it, what it used to be like and what it is now, and all the World War I museums as well, and the monuments they have, which I thought was a really nice, fitting tribute to all the soldiers. We went to a restaurant on the outskirts of town as well. That was, I have to say, probably one of my favourite meals in America so far. It's because it's a restaurant where they grew and grazed their entire menu, everything from the salads to the meats and the cheeses. It was just fantastic. You could just look out the window, you could see the farmlands where everything was grown. So I really enjoyed that, and glad we went there. But when it came to leave Indy, I was on my way to the next day. I was on my way to Terre Haute, which is just outside Indianapolis, and unfortunately got a bit of sad news. I got a phone call to hear that somebody at home had died in another road accident. Came as a bit of a shock, really, because the irony is I'm out here cycling to prevent road accidents, and another one kills somebody I know back home. You know, it's that it was the loss and the irony which really got to me, because I thought doing this might for some reason just magically make it all okay. I guess I was a bit disillusioned, but I've got to think of another way of making my vision come true, really, making the roads safer for everyone, because clearly they're not safe enough if these things are still happening. My heart and thoughts go out to her family, and I really wish I could do something more to help them at this time, but unfortunately I'm in America. So I've taken a few days away from cycling and blogging to deal with that, and now I'm in Kansas. Took a Greyhound to Kansas to keep up with my schedule. I've spent 2 nights here just getting all my stuff together and thinking about my next plan. My next stage, really, because there's not too much actually this side of the Mississippi in terms of towns, so I need to plan a lot more carefully. I did do a Dare to Donate video, which I will be uploading as soon as I can after this one. I went to this Man vs Food restaurant, a restaurant where Man vs Food was. It's called Papa Bob's. It's in the west side of Kansas City, and there's this £6.5 burger, I would call it, of meat, and £5 of meat of 7 different cuts, and a pound and a fries of chips. So that's around about 3 kilos altogether. And if you can eat it in 40, and the idea is to eat it under 45 minutes. I gave it what I got. You guys can see the video. You can see what happened for yourself. But the lovely owners there, Bob and Judy, they were happy to pick up the tab for it as well, which in order to raise awareness as their contribution for Break, which I just thought was fantastic. You know, I was really touched by that. I wasn't expecting that, and that's something they did out of the kindness of their hearts. So I thought that was just a really big thing, and for me it was anyway. On top of that, they also have put up a brochure of me doing the cycle trip, asking customers for donations, and they also gave me a lift back to my motel as well. So these people did a fantastic thing for me, and although I wasn't able to beat their challenge, I really do wish the best for them, because they've just changed my whole experience of Kansas, and I really am touched by their donation to the charity as well. So thank you very much to Judy and to Bob and the rest of the team, of course. Okay, so tomorrow I'm going to be getting back on the bike, going to be cycling towards Wichita. It's going to be about a 3 or 4 day ride, and it's going to be through mostly farmland. The weather might be a little bit wet, but it should be drying up. I don't think we're expecting any tornadoes, which is a new dynamic I now have to deal with, because I'm now in the territory of America called Tornado Alley. So tornadoes here are prime. They're very common. So I need to learn how to deal with that. So I'll be keeping a close eye on the weather reports. Okay guys, that's everything from me for now, but if you guys can, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and don't forget to donate to Break if you can. Thank you very much. All the best.